Good Ner Shabbos, Parshas Balak. Vayar Balak ben Tzipor. Skol asher asa Yisrael le'amari. So Balak ben Tzipor, the son of the Tzipor, gesehen everything that Yisrael did to Almighty. So there's a Zohar this week. It's in the Zohar of the Parsha where he gets into what this Tzipor was. This Tzipor was made out of copper, and some gold and whatever else it was. And it was fabricated. It was made out of materials. The Gleim were Zav, and then with the Fliegel were Kesef, I think. And then they would put in something like from a tongue from I don't remember what, a worm, into the they would put in this they would take a bird and kill this bird, had a name, and then they would take out the tongue from the bird and put it into this fabricated bird, and they would send this bird with kishiv. They would send this bird to fly into the Harei where the Shadim hang out. They would listen in and pick up information. Now, who was able to drive that the best? That was Balak ben Tzipor. He mastered that. That was his koyach. That was his kishiv that he was dealing with. And the bird would come back, and it would start talking, and he would decipher it. It would tell him all the secrets, everything it picked up. Now, this time around, they send the bird. What is this? Vayar Balak ben Tzipor. What did he see? It says the Zohar that he sent the bird, and the bird used to come back at the exact time. It worked in the system, and this time it did not. He had a lot of agmas nefesh about it. And as he's going through this agmas nefesh, he sees, as this is happening, he sees the bird coming back, and there is a fire following it from behind and burns its wings, and it falls down and dies. It falls down, dies. That wasn't alive to begin with. So when he saw that is Vayar Balak ben Tzipor, and Vayogar Moev Neyaham Moed Kiravu, because it's big. You can't mess with something that is connected to. That is able to surrender Yitzchak Avinu style, that is able to surrender to any type of stress and duress, to just go deeper within self, more grounded, deeper, going to a place where you feel pain no more. You feel peace. You have moments of peace in there where you need to be, and be mindful and conscious of it. So when you're dealing with something like this, it's a real threat, because any type of distraction, any type of incoming distraction that would come in, you can immediately, how to deal with this, because it's kiravu. You have in Bnei Yisrael, it's a huge consciousness. It's expansion. It's ein soif. It has bittul because it's malchus, so it knows how to be mevatel itself. So it has specific koiches in it, that the way this the guf is built, so we're able to process the way he wants to be understood, which is bittul. Stam oir can't have bittul. If I am the light, how can I have bittul? I am the light, no matter what. So it's a whole system that is designed that we are able to be mevatel and have. In other words, when something goes amazing, I'm able to check and okay, take a cheshbon. When it starts squeezing, I'm able to back in. I'm able to stop and have the hachna and say, what's going on over here? What needs to change? Where does it need to change? Where can I make change? Instead of projecting, I'm taking ownership. I'm going into it. So we're dealing here, the fire that he saw, that's the Am Yisrael, that's the koyach that we have from the Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, these are mountains of light. Then you have the Imaz. Sarah Rivka and Leah Rachel. So these are what you're experiencing, what you're feeling at certain times, a certain sense of flow, a certain sense of classiness, tznius, across the board, with my needs, with my desires, with everything. That is this feinkeit. That is something that comes from the imaz, from the feminine, and then the koyach, to fight and to be able to do this, to work, to carve. What's the purpose of it? So there can be others the kedusha, a brennendige fire that's able to process this life with way more might and way more force, way more aliveness, way more aliveness to the body, to the what it's been through. It makes you sharper. It's not here to break you. It has broken already. Fine now. Nobody cares, right? So we have to step in. Really, nobody cares. We're not able to care. So we care by doing this, by encouraging each other to step out, to rise above. So that's once again v'yah bolik ben tzipper. And he has a tzipper, we have a tzipper. He has a little bird made out of Legos, made out of something that from a physical projection. It's a plane in the sky. Okay, it's amazing. That's what that comes up with. We have wings of the nesher. Wings of the nesher is alignment that to be able to glide and know in the tougher the conditions, the more glide, the more hold there is, the more it's holding you, the more you're experiencing Achdus and Dveikus Hashem. Now, we're talking here once again, delete that word once again. We're talking here about what it is. At what level it's at, okay, just get present. Doesn't make a difference. We're just talking, so whatever hits, at whatever space there's an awakening and awareness, that's where it's supposed to go. So we're aiming for the highest, and to have high breakthroughs. So and then look, they came over here. Iksamim beyodim. They're coming with their kisha, with their little spells. They have a whole bunch of spells, little whispers, a hand here, a fear here, a fear there, a hat popping up here and there. There's constant, just like little confusion. It's ksamim. It's little whispers. It's nothing. It's ruchas. It's nothing. It's we have Balak Van Tzippa. When he sees this fire, when you tap into your inner, to your koyach, when you tap into your inner child, to your possibility, which is the first is to step out of the pain. When this choshech sees this fire, it runs. It has no choice. It immediately exposes itself that all it is, first of all, it's not a picture, then it's not even an ice, and then it's just an energy that was here to make you aware of the other side, that snap in the head that brought that awareness. On the other side, there's a tremendous awareness and a light, enlightenment moment. Chassidus, an enlightenment movement. That's what that was there for. The minute you apply your higher consciousness, the ability of amunah and stepping into it, doing, but from a place of confidence, it's going to work because you are doing you're digging it, you're working the field, you're plowing the malchus. So the outcome is in you. If you would plow a field, self, you have intention there. I want it to be trees here, I want it to be this, and you put in your koyach in it. So too, Adam Eitz Asada. So we're not plowing the fields anymore, that's too hard. Just plow within yourself. To push away the ksamim. And the more you push away from these, just your dalad amos, it's catchy, it's fire. Automatically, the encounters you have, they get triggered because it's a higher frequency, a lower frequency, so it's a conflict, so it's a trigger. But regardless, you get zapped. Doesn't make a difference. If you look longer, zap more, but a zap is a zap. When you look at that strong light at night, it goes into the head. So if you're having a moment of truth with yourself, and that's what you're projecting, that's the fire that Balak ben Tzipper saw. He saw the nesher, he saw the absolute surrender. Yeah. So the Naim is talking here about how do we do this? You have to. There has to be some shmira. He's talking about shmira here. If you want to see, you have to have shmira. Says that Avraham Avinu is still standing by the Gehenna, by the door, and he pulls out the chevra. He pulls out our neshamas. L'chala pucha shmiras habriz. Okay, l'chala pucha shmiras habriz, which is having shmira is as follows. It can go. Bris is, he's talking about bris, but bris is everything. Bris is Shabbos. Bris is bris kodesh. Bris is what else is a bris? Okay. The 13 big ones. So, in other words, here this is the Gehenna. This is your Gehenna. This is where you're at. Your struggle, that's the Gehenna. And remember, like they used to say in school in Cheder, they would tell us that every ois you miss, there's going to be another fly in your Gan Eden to distract you. And the little whispers here and there, those are the flies that are distracting you. You're in your Gan Eden because there is peace, there is a center, there's a Zen line within the center of you, but there's distraction. Where's the distraction coming from? Those are the little flies. Not from the oases that we left out, but we're talking about whatever it was, the trauma. So l'chala pach shmiras habriz, connect to Shabbos, and what happens is that Avram will pull you out. Massive chasadim are going to come, is going to start pulling. Shmiras habriz, he's going to pull you out. Because you have a certain stamp. If you do that, you're stamped, your energy body is stamped in a specific way, code, and they can't have a shlita on you. Automatically you're out because Avram is all over the place. Olav Nasa, Negba, the Roma, he's all over the place. He planted with his chokhmah, planted the seeds everywhere. He set up oils on the way, constant. There's all oils, stops, pit stops. He was busy. So all that in the belt of oils back and forth. This is where it's at. So if you hold on, if you handshake, if you want to shake his hand, do the brisim, whatever the brisim are, and you should see, you should become the fire that Balak ben Tzipor saw, and he ran for his life. Vayogar moyev. Ma'oid. This is talking about real fear down to the core. These were high functioning beings on the other side too. And they saw what's coming. They saw that the longevity, the time is not on their side. Sof, they're going to evaporate. They have to. Because you saw that light, they saw that fire, and that's frightening. When you know as a living consciousness that you have an expiration date. Because you're just not capable of getting to a place where you can connect with Das Elyon, that you can just live on forever. You can become Nitzchi, because only the ego does. Fine. Okay. ילחכו הקהל, כל סביבה saying כלחוך השור. Midian said, these guys are, whatever they touch, they take it down to the root, everything around. Kלחוך השור זה wie an ox, with the sierik asod, he rips out. He rips out the root, and it can never grow again. If Balak ben Tzipor melech moed be'esahu, weiß man doch schon, also gewinnt ahi, gewinnt damit die in charge, and kennt the Chacham in Tzipor, and gesehen den vision, and it got very hot all of a sudden. So worry not, tap into your fire, and let everything Yibala Mavis Lanetzach. Yispar di kol pa'ala oven. Have an awesome Shabbos.